Hello, dear students. Welcome to today's class where we are going to discuss the paper which you have recently solved. You have solved a 100-mark paper. The first thing that I would like to discuss is that we will be having a Zoom doubt solving lecture very soon. So please join the Thankyou Telegram group or WhatsApp group, which will be mentioned in the description, wherein we will be giving you the timing for live Zoom doubt solving class. Today, I will be giving you all the answers and explanation for the MCQs that you have solved. So the first thing that we need to understand that without knowing the concepts, we cannot actually solve the MCQs. What mistake do students do? Majority of us want to solve the MCQs without knowing the concept. So dear students, please ensure that you are having the conceptual clarity first and then you are solving the MCQs. Number two, how do we solve an MCQ? So I follow a simple 4-step technique. Step number 1 is to read the question. Step number 2 is to understand the question. Step number 3, if you don't understand the question, read the question again. So I repeat the steps. Step number 1 was to read the question. Now after reading, what do we need to do? We need to understand. If we don't understand, then we need to read the question again. Step number 4 is to apply the concept and achieve the answer. So we will always try to follow these 4-5 steps through which we can maximize our result for our CA Foundation Economics paper. So dear students, are you ready? Let's go. So the very first question that we have is based on the definition of economics. So definition of economics given by Lionel Robbins does not deal with one of the following. Very important to read the question carefully. They have mentioned does not deal. So Robbins' definition deals with scarce means resources. Resources are scarce. Alternative uses. Resources have alternative uses. Economics is a science. All these are a part of Lionel Robbins' definition. What is not a part? Limited ends. Ends means wants. Are wants are limited? No, ayyo, illa. Can I say our wants are unlimited? So the answer for question number 1 is B. Limited ends is not the concept which is dealt in Lionel Robbins' definition. Yes, dear students, good to go. Let's go to question number 2. Which of the following is an economic activity? Economic activity means a productive activity which is resulting into exchange of goods and services for exchange of money. So, listening to music on a radio, it's not a economic activity. Why this, cola very deep. If you are listening to this song on a radio, it is not an economic activity. Teaching my own son at home, it is done out of love, care and affection, not an economic activity. But medical facilities rendered to a child by a charitable dispensary is an economic activity. So your answer should be C. D option says housewife doing household duties. Now again, my dear students, it is a non-economic activity. The duties done by a housewife is done out of love, care and affection, and therefore it is not an economic activity. Yes, dear students. Chalo. Next, question number 3. Business economics enables application of economic logic and analytical tools. So yes, is business economics based on application, based on logic, based on tools? Definitely. So how does it help? By filling the gap between theory and practice. So we study theory. We know that there is reality, that is practicality, and business economics will help us to fill the gap between theory and practice. So I believe the answer for question number 3 should be A. Yes, dear students, I hope we are understanding. Next one. Question number 4. The issue for whom to produce deals with what? So there is a central economic problem, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, and what provisions are to be made for economic growth. Now this problem of whom to produce deals with what? So A option, how to distribute and share the national product. So whom to produce will depend on how are we distributing the national product. And B option says shares of different people in the total output of goods and services. So I believe that the answer for fourth one should be C. Whom to produce will depend on how are we distributing the products and what is the share of different people in total output of goods and services. Next one. Question number 5. Consumer sovereignty. Beta, sovereignty means freedom. So consumer freedom means what? Consumer freedom means that consumers participation in production. I don't think so. Consumer is the ruler of the state. Not at all. Producer produce any type of goods and dump into the market. That is not consumer sovereignty. So I think the answer should be D. Producers produce only those goods for which consumer prefer to buy, and therefore your answer for question number 5 should be D. Next, what do you mean by a relative price? But a relative price means in comparison. Relative price is the ratio of price of X upon price of Y. So I believe the answer for question number 6 should be C. The ratio of one money price to another. One money price to another means price of one commodity upon the price of another commodity. Such a price is called as a relative price. So your answer is C. The word ratio means division. Division of what? Price of X to price of Y means price of ratio of one money price to another. So answer for question number 6, dear students, finally is C. Next, question number 7. The purchasing power refers to what? Purchasing power, what does it refer to? Purchasing power is your ability to purchase. A yes or no? So I think the answer should be availability of money with the consumer to purchase the commodity. And therefore, purchasing power is A. It is not the availability with the producer. It is not availability of the goods and it is not the availability of substitute goods. These are not the answers. So availability of money with the consumer to purchase a commodity. Now for example, if I have something called as money income, my money income is rupees 100. We have heard and understood a concept called as real income. So if the price of the commodity is 10, then I can purchase 10 units of a commodity. And if the price falls to rupees 5, then I can purchase 20 units of a commodity. So my purchasing power is my real income. What can I purchase with the change in the price and the money income that I have is the concept of real income. Real income is also called as purchasing power. So it is the availability of money with the consumer to purchase the commodity, and hence the answer is A. Next, question number 8. As a result of a fall in price of a commodity, consumers' real income or purchasing power increases. This is exactly what I explained you right now. When the price had fallen down, your purchasing power goes up. And when the price rises, your purchasing power falls. Therefore, there is an inverse relationship. This increase in real income includes him to buy more of that commodity. This technically is called as which effect? So dear students, question number 8, the answer is C. It is called as the income effect. because this is the real income. Answer for 8th question is C. Next, 9. In which of the following will the demonstration effect be high? See, water, rice, plant and machinery. I don't think so. In this case, there will be a demonstration effect. Now, sir, what is demonstration effect? Because somebody has purchased a commodity, even I want to purchase the same commodity. So, if I am using a fold 4 or a 5, you also wish to purchase the same commodity. This effect is called as a demonstration effect, and therefore your answer for question number 9 is option C. Yes, dear students, are we clear with that? Can we go ahead to the next one? Next, the demand for electricity power is elastic. Why? Because electricity has single use ke multiple uses. Electricity has many uses, and therefore the demand for power is elastic. Elastic means more change in demand due to the change in price. Moving to the next question, that is question number 11. When supply price increases in the short run, so when the price in the short run increases, the supply price increases, the profit will also increase. Your answer is A. Next, question number 12. The assumption ceteris paribus in the law of supply stands for what? So when I talk about ceteris paribus, other factors than price should be remaining constant, and therefore your answer for 12th MCQ is D. Next, expansion in supply. Beta, expansion in supply is due to price of good concerned. Price of good concerned. CONCERED, concerned. And it refers to a situation when the producers are willing to supply. So when will there be an expansion? If the price rises, quantity supplied will also rise. So larger quantity at an increased price. I believe the answer for this question should be A. Next, question number 14. Inventions and innovations lead to what? If there is an invention, if there is an innovation, it will lead to increase in the supply of money. So, increase in the supply of products. Increase, answer can be A. Reduction in quantity supplied of products that are displaced. So, because of invention, there will be new supply and reduction in supply for those commodities which have been displaced. So, I believe the answer can be both A as well as B. Yes, dear students, are we there? Are we understanding? Are we clear? Next, question number 15. Which of the following will have the lowest price elasticity of supply? Which means, which of the following will have inelastic supply? Luxury goods have elastic supply. Necessities, again, can I say, if I have to talk from the point of view of demand, then necessities demand is inelastic. But if I have to talk from the point of view of supply, then perishable goods supply will be perfectly inelastic. So, answer is C. Now, students may be confused between necessities and perishable goods. Necessities have inelastic demand, whereas perishable goods have inelastic demand as well as the supply. So, your answer for question number 15 will be C. The 16th one. Which of the following statements regarding utility is not true? So, we have to find out the false statement. Now, in 16th question, utility is a psychological satisfaction. This is a true statement. Utility helps to understand how consumer makes choices. Even this is true. Utility is always measurable. Utter nonsense, total bakwas. The answer is C. Utility is not always measurable. Utility can be measured cardinally. Cardinally is an assumption. So utility is a subjective concept. Again, D is a true statement, whereas C is a false statement. Question number 17. According to marginal utility analysis, utility can be measured in cardinal numbers, cardinal measurement, assumptions in terms of utils. Utils are in numbers. So answer for question number 17 is B. Moving to the 18th question. Under cardinal approach to utility, dash is the measuring rod of utility. It has to be money because it is with respect to economics. So, money is the measuring rod of utility is an assumption under cardinal measurement. Therefore, your answer is C. Question number 19. Now, in question number 19, number of units of apples is 6. Total utility is 300. Marginal utility for 7th is 30. So, they are asking us to find what is the total utility for 7th unit or for 7 apples. So, I believe 300 is the total utility. Marginal is for 7th unit. So, 300 till 6 plus 30th of 30 for 7th. So, your answer should be 330, which is option A, because total utility is the summation of marginal utility. So, we already have total utility for 6 units. In that, we will add marginal utility of 7th. So, up to 6th, say 300. For 7th, 30. So, your answer, I believe, for 19th question should be A. Next, question number 20. In case of right angle, that means an L shape. Now, L shape is for perfect complementary goods. Therefore, your answer for question number 20 is A. Moving on to the next part, that is question number 21. Dash shows overall output generated at a given level of input. So, with a given level of input, what is the level of output given? Input-output relation is production. Therefore, your answer is option B. Next one. Question number 22. Economic cost. Now, economic cost is explicit plus implicit. Differ from accounting cost. So, economic is explicit plus implicit, whereas accounting cost is only explicit. So, what is the difference between economic cost and explicit cost is the implicit cost. So, dear students, the answer should be D. Economic cost add the opportunity cost, which means implicit cost of a firm which uses its own resources. So, dear students, 22, the option that we have selected is D. Economic cost is explicit plus implicit, whereas accounting cost is only explicit. So, the difference between economic cost and explicit cost is that we add the implicit cost or the opportunity cost to derive to economic cost. And what do we add it to? Explicit cost plus implicit cost is the economic cost. Next, question number 23. Which of the following are regarded as a part of social capital? Now, dear students, social capital is for the society, it is for the public. So, roads and bridges, I believe the answer for question number 23 should be D. Machinery is not a part of social capital. Generally, machinery will be a part of private capital. Next, question number 24. Now, in 24, diminishing returns. So, diminishing returns is stage 2 of production. and in stage 2 of production MP falls. So your answer should be B. When units of variable input are added to a fixed input. So when we add variable factors to fixed factors and marginal product falls, such a concept is called as diminishing marginal returns. Moving to question number 25. If a firm moves from one point on isoquant to another point. So beta, we know that isoquant is a downward sloping curve. If you move from point A to point E, it will result into different level of output or same level of output. Isoquant represents all those points which give us the same level of output, and therefore the answer for question number 25. If a firm moves from one point to another point on an isoquant, which of the following will not happen? So a change in ratio in which inputs are combined to produce the output can happen, because input will change from point A, B, C, D, E, F. Input will change, output will remain constant. A change in marginal product of inputs can happen. A change in marginal rate of technical substitution can happen. The answer is D. A change in the level of output will not happen. Why? Because isoquant represents all those points which give us equal level of output by using different combination of input. So input will change, MRTS will change, marginal product of inputs will change, but output will remain constant. Iso means equal, quant means output, so equal output. Yes, dear students, I hope we all are clear. I hope you all are understanding. Romba nalla irke bole to lovely. Alright then, let's continue to the next part, that is question number 26. Identify the dependent variable in the cost function. Now, what is a dependent function? So, I believe cost per unit efficiency is not a dependent variable. Level of capacity utilization is not a dependent function. Technology is not a dependent. I believe cost per unit, question number 26, the answer should be D. Moving to the next one. Some portion of fixed cost need not be incurred when operations are suspended. Such costs are called as what? They are called as avoidable fixed costs. So your answer is A. If operations are suspended, so they have very clearly said some portion of fixed cost need not be incurred. Now fixed costs are those costs which have to be incurred. But if there is some fixed cost need not be incurred when operations are suspended, then it is called as an avoidable fixed cost. Next, question number 28. Marginal cost curve of a firm will show dash behavior when compared to marginal product. So beta, this is your MP curve and this is your MC curve. So can I say that there is a reverse relationship? Therefore, your answer for question number 28 will be B. A marginal product curve is inverted U, whereas marginal cost curve is a U-shaped curve. So your answer for question number 28 will be B. Now, answer AFC curve is always declining when output increases. So your answer for 29 is C. This is your AFC curve. On y-axis we have output. So as output increases, your average fixed cost diminishes, which means declines. So 29, the answer will be C. 30th. When average cost of producing 50 units of a commodity is 250. So your average total cost is 250 and fixed cost, total fixed cost, because they have only used the word fixed cost. So when they have mentioned fixed, it means total, which is rupees 1000. What will be the AFC for 100 units? So average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost divided by output. Total fixed cost is 1000, output is 100. So your average fixed cost will be 10. Therefore, your answer for question number 30 is A. Next one. Question number 31. Which of the following statements regarding the long run cost function is not true? So we have to find a false statement. Now, in question number 31, 3 options will be true, 1 option will be false. A firm adjusts factors of production to meet the market demand is a true statement for the long run. Firm identify a combination that gives maximum output and lowest cost. Absolutely correct, because in the long run we want to operate at a lower cost and higher output. Inputs are chosen for producing desired level of output. All the 3 statements are correct. So, but naturally your answer is D. All inputs in the long run are fixed. Ayyo, ille. In the long run, all the factors of production are variable, not fixed. Next one. Question number 32. Yes, dear students. We have 2 input combinations A and B. And in that, 2 units of labor and 8 units of capital. So, combination A and B, labor and capital. Labor is 2, capital is 8. Combination B takes 3 units of labor and 5 units of capital. So, we have to find out MRTS, which will be change in Y upon change in X. So, if labor is X, capital is Y, it will be 5 minus 8 upon 3 minus 2, which is equal to minus 3 upon 1. Therefore, your answer is 3. I believe MRTS of labor is option C. So, 32, the answer will be C. Next, question number 33. Again, total revenue is 1 lakh. Units sold, that means output is 20,000. You have to find average revenue. So, average revenue is total revenue upon output, which is 1 lakh upon 20,000. Therefore, your answer is C. AR is equal to 5. So, all these sums are quite easy. We need to know the concept in order to find the answer. Yes, dear students. Next, question number 34. Generally, as quantity sold increases, so as output increases, marginal revenue and average revenue both will fall. So, I believe the answer is B. We have observed this in the diagram. This is your MR curve, this is your AR curve. MR and AR curve both are downward sloping. So, as output increases, marginal revenue and average revenue curve fall. Your answer is D. Question number 35. They have given that AR is equal to 30. Price elasticity of demand is equal to 0.5 and we have to calculate MR. So, MR is equal to AR into E minus 1 upon E. This is a formula that we have kept for calculating marginal revenue. Therefore, MR is equal to 30 into 0.5 minus 1 upon 0.5. Therefore, MR is equal to 30 into minus 0.5 upon 0.5. Therefore, your MR is equal to 30 into minus 1 and your MR is minus 30. And here we do not ignore the negative sign because marginal revenue can be negative. So your answer for question number 35 is minus 30. 36, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Average cost is greater than average revenue. Cost greater than revenue is a loss. So your answer for question number 36 is option C. Next one, 37. When a market is in equilibrium. Equilibrium means when demand is equal to supply. So your answer for 37 is B. This is your demand curve. This is your supply curve. Wherever they intersect is called as your equilibrium price. Moving to the next one, question number 38. I am making a loss, but with the rent I have to pay, I can't afford to shut down at this point of time. Which means loss is there, but the rent that he is supposed to pay if he is shutting it down will be much higher. So, what should the firm be? If the entrepreneur is attempting to maximize profit or minimize losses, his behavior in the short run is rational and the firm is covering all its variable cost, which means AC is greater than AR, but my average revenue is greater than average variable cost. So I am able to recover my variable cost. And dear students, as long as the producer is able to recover his variable cost, he should continue to produce. If he is unable to recover his variable cost, only then he is supposed to shut down. So I am making a loss of say rupees 5,000, but I am paying a rent of rupees 8,000. And if I shut down, then I still might have to bear the fixed cost of 8,000. So my loss will be greater if I shut down. So what will you advise? You will advise the entrepreneur to continue in order to minimize your losses. Yes, dear students. Now, the next one is question number 39. Now, we'll have to solve this table. So, Bozo Burger is a small restaurant and is a price taker. Price taker means we are talking about perfect competition. Now, fixed cost will be 100 because fixed cost remains constant at all levels of output. Next, what they have asked us to find is average variable cost. So, for that we need to find total variable cost. Total variable cost is equal to average total cost minus total fixed cost. So here it will be 0, not defined. 210 minus 100 will be 110. After which it will become 200, 300, 540 minus 100, 540 minus 100, 440, 790 minus 100, 690, and this will be 960. Now, average variable cost is total variable cost divided by output. So, I will just take the help of calculator. 110 divided by 10. is 11. 200 divided by 10, 20. 300 divided by, oops, no. 200 divided by 20 will be 10. 300 divided by 30 will be 10. 440 divided by 40 will be 11. 690 divided by 50 will be 13.8. And 960 divided by 60. 960 divided by 60 will be 16. Next, average cost. Average cost is total cost divided by output. So 210 divided by 10 will be 21. 300 divided by 20, 50. 400 divided by 30 will be 13.33. 540 divided by 40 will be 13.5 precisely. 790 divided by 50 will be 15.8, and 1060 divided by 60 will be 17.67. Lastly, they have asked you to calculate marginal cost. I am filling all this table and then I will be solving question 39 to 43. Now marginal cost, the formula is delta TC upon delta Q. So how much is total cost changing by? 110 divided by 10, which will be 11. Then how much is the total cost changing by? 200. So 200 divided by 10 will be 20. Here the total cost is changing by 100. Okay, I think I made a small error. Here 300 minus 210 is 90. So 90 divided by 10, this will be 9. Then 100 divided by 10 will be 10. 540 minus 400. So 540 minus 400 is 140. Divided by 10 is 14. 790 minus 540 is 250. 250 divided by change is 10. So your answer will be 25, and 1060 minus 790 will be 270. 270 divided by 10 will be 27. So now that I have all the information, I can solve the question 39. Suppose the price is 14. Profit maximizing level is where MR is equal to MC, and under perfect competition MR is equal to AR. Therefore MR is 14. So I will get my profit maximizing level of output at the point where MR is equal to MC. MC is 14 at this level, and therefore my output MR equal to MC is at 40 burgers, and your answer for this question will be option B. So dear students, if you simplify the sum, you will get the answer. for which you will also require the conceptual clarity of what is profit maximizing level of output, what is a price taker. Under price taker, we are talking about perfect competition. Under perfect competition, profit maximizing level of output is at a point where MR is equal to MC. MR is marginal revenue, and under perfect competition, price is equal to MR is equal to AR. So if price is 14, AR is 14. If AR is 14, MR is 14. Now I will equate MR with MC. If MR is equal to MC at 14, I get the answer as 40 burgers. Yes, dear students, are we clear? I hope you all have definitely understood this question. Moving to question number 40. What is the total variable cost for 50 burgers? So for 50 burgers, our total variable cost is 690. Your answer is A. What is the average fixed cost for 20 burgers? 20 burgers, AFC. AFC is equal to TFC upon Q. Total fixed cost is 100, burgers is 20. So your answer is option A, 5. And what is the marginal cost between 10 to 20 units? So 10 to 20 units, the marginal cost is 9. So your option is D. Option D for question number 42. So dear students, we must have taken more time to solve the table. Look at the impact. We took 5 minutes to probably solve the table, but in 40 seconds we were able to solve the MCQs, which were 39 to 43. So don't be panicked, don't get worried. If there are certain sums in which you require more time, it is absolutely fine. Trust me, if you are conceptually clear, you will be able to complete 120 MCQs in 100 minutes, which will give you 20 minutes of checking the paper. Have faith in me and have faith in the concepts that you have studied. I repeat, conceptual clarity is the key to clearing your CA Foundation economics paper with flying colors. Yes, dear students. Moving to the next one. Again, they have given you a table. So we will take 5 minutes to solve the table. But make sure that we are able to answer all of them. Now, first, let's read the question. Cost is given, price information for an individual firm. First two column represent the demand curve that the firm faces. The firm has a fixed amount of capital equipment but can change the level of other inputs such as labor and material. So there are fixed factors and there are variable factors. Now over here I am making a column of TFC because they have given total cost. They have asked you to find total variable cost. When output is 0, your total cost is equal to your total fixed cost. So 45 rupees is the fixed cost for all levels of output. Now if I have fixed cost, I have total cost, I can find total variable cost. The formula for total variable cost is equal to TC minus TFC. Here 0, not 0. Now 88 minus 45, so I'll take some help of calculator. 88 minus 45 is 43. 125 minus 45, 80. 159 minus 45, 114. 193 minus 45 will be 148. All this is your variable cost. 230 minus 45, 185. 273 minus 45, 228. 325 minus 45 will be 280. 389 minus 45, 344, and 465 minus 45 will be 420, 420. Now marginal cost. Marginal cost is delta TC upon delta Q. So your change in quantity is just 1. So we don't have to worry a lot. So 88 minus 45 divided by 1 is 43. Then 125 minus 88 is 37. After which we have 159 minus 125, which is 34. Then 193 minus 159. Again the answer is 34. 230 minus 193 will be 37. 273 minus 230 divided by 1 will be 43. 325 divided by 273 minus 273 divided by 1, so 52. 389 minus 325, 64, and 420 minus 465 minus 389 will be 76. Next, what they have asked is total revenue. Total revenue is price into quantity. So we have price, we have quantity, we will fill the column. 1 into 124, 118 into 2, 236, 112 into 3, 336, 148 into 4, 592. I think I made an error. I'll redo this. 106 into 4. It is price into quantity. So 106 into 4, 424. 100 into 5, don't require calculator, 500. 94 into 6, 564. 88 into 7, 616. 82 into 8, 656. And finally 76 into 9 is 684. Next they have asked is marginal revenue, that is delta TR upon delta Q, but delta Q is divided by 1, so nothing to worry, just the change in total revenue. So change in total revenue will be 124, then 336 minus 124 will be 212. 336 minus 236 will be 100. 424 minus 336 will be 88. 500 minus 424, 76. 564 minus 500 will be 64. 616 minus 564 will be 52. 656 minus 616 will be 40, and 684 minus 656 will be 20. So whatever was required, I have filled all the columns. Now let's solve it one by one to get our final answers. Question number 43. The production equals 4 units. The firm is having a fixed cost of 100. No, we know the firm is having a fixed cost of 45. So this is not the answer. This is not the answer. The answer is D. At 4, we have a fixed cost of 45 and the total variable cost of 148. So the answer, dear students, is D. Yes. Next, question 44. At 5 units, what is your total revenue? So total revenue at 5 is 500. So 44, the answer that we have is D. When production equals 6, marginal revenue. So marginal revenue for 6th unit is 64. So your answer is C. And what will be the profit? So profit is AR minus AC. AR is nothing else but price minus average cost. For which unit? 7. So at 7th unit, the price is 88. And your average cost. So your profit, they have not said whether it is total or average. I will find both average as well as total. Which is the most appropriate, we will choose that as the answer. So, see, if they have not mentioned is nothing, we generally use total revenue minus total cost. So, total revenue for 7 is 616 and total cost is for 7th unit 325. So what is 616 minus 325 is 291. So your answer for question number 46 is option C. Yes, dear students. Next, to maximize profit, the firm should produce a point where MR is equal to MC. So we have marginal revenue curve, we have marginal cost curve. Is MR equal to MC at any point? MR, MC equal. Yes, we have it equal at 52 and that is at 7th unit. So MR is equal to MC at 7th unit. Therefore, your answer for 47 is option D. Let's go to the next question, that is question number 48. In the short run, an increase in export sales, which means goods are going outside the country, would cause the output to rise because we will require goods for domestic market as well as international market. And since there is more requirement of production, but in the short run there will be a gap, therefore price will rise. So I believe the answer should be A. If export sales would cause what? Output will rise in the short run and the price level in the domestic market will also rise. Next one. Question number 49. Modern business activities based on anticipation of business community are affected by waves of optimism and pessimism. This concept was given by whom? So, if there is an anticipation about business, about optimism or pessimism, the concept was given by Pigou as a cause of business cycle. So, 49 the answer is A. Question number 5050. Unemployment is a lagging indicator because unemployment is calculated in the present but for the previous period. So a lagging indicator is an indicator whose event has occurred in the past but impact will be seen in the present or the future. So when an event occurs in the past and impact is in the present or the future, then we call it as a lagging indicator. In a market economy, market means capitalist economy. Resource allocation is done by consumer demand and supply in the marketplace, that is by equilibrium, by the market forces. So, resources are allocated on the basis of demand and supply forces. So, your answer is option B. 52. Which of the following policy measures is typically used by central banks to manage their business cycle? So, central bank use a monetary policy. Question number 52, the answer should be option C. Next one. Question number 53. Real GDP differs with nominal GDP. So, there is a difference between real and nominal. Real GDP is based on base year prices, whereas nominal GDP is for current year prices. So nominal GDP is with inflation, whereas real GDP adjusts the inflation. So real GDP is adjusted for inflation, while nominal GDP does not account for inflation. Therefore, your answer is A. The primary use of national income. So what is the use of national income? To determine the economic growth. Answer should be B. Economic growth is equal to the rise in output. National income is nothing else but the money valuation of all the goods and services produced. Now, goods and services produced is nothing else but the output. So, answer for question number 54 should be option B. Next, 55. The per capita income derived from national income estimates is used for what? So, why do we use the concept of per capita income? Per capita income is the average income. So, your answer is B. Analyzing the average income of individuals in an economy, which is B option. Yes, dear students. Moving to the next one. Question number 56. According to Keynes, which of the following is a situation of effective demand? According to Keynes, what leads to a situation of effective demand? Deficiency in the economy. So, there is a deficient effective demand. What can lead to that is, if government spending, no. High levels of spending or saving. If people save, they will not spend. And if there is saving in the economy, there will be deficient demand. Your answer will be option B. The next one. The leakage in a four sector model. Leakage means something which is not forming a part of our circular flow. So, leakage, export is an injection, but import is a leakage. So, your answer for question number 57 is option B. But you have to read option C as well, because C is a better alternative. So, see what will happen. At times you might feel the option is B, but if you read other option, taxes, savings, import, all this money a consumer is not using for the purpose of spending. So, all of them become a leakage. So, answer for question number 57 is option C. Next, question number 58. In an economy with high investment multiplier, so multiplier value is high, and if there is a decrease in investment, so a decrease in investment will reduce the income and the investment multiplier. So I believe the answer for question number 58 will be A. Decrease in investment will lead to a decrease in investment multiplier, which will lead to a decrease in national output and income. So answer for question number 58 is A. 59. Choose the correct statement. Fiscal policy involves use of changes in taxation, government spending, whereas monetary policy involves use and price control methods. No, I don't think so. The B part, monetary policy statement, is correct. Next, fiscal policy involves price. No, this is wrong. Fiscal policy involves change in tax. This is correct. Then fiscal policy involves change in taxation. Absolutely correct. While monetary policy uses the changes in the supply and interest rate. So dear students, our answer is option C. Fiscal policy involves use of change in money supply. This is wrong. Next, question number 6060. Which of the following is true in respect of center and state government finances? So it is the Finance Commission which decides who will get what share between center and the state. So I think the answer for question number 60 is B. Finance Commission recommends the distribution of taxes between the center and the state. 61. Which of the following is the right argument for provisions of public goods by the government? So you have to find out public goods. You should know the concept of public goods. Public goods are unlikely to be provided in sufficient quantities. Markets are unlikely. Market will never provide enough quantity of public goods because public goods are socially desirable. They are non-rivalrous and non-excludable. So answer for question number 61 is C. Next, which of the following statement is false? Tradable permits provide incentive and they reduce negative externalities is a true statement. Subsidy on a good which has positive externality would reduce its space and cost and consequently reduce its price is a true statement. C is a false statement. Substantial negative externalities are involved in consumption of merit goods. Dear students, there are positive externalities in case of merit goods, not negative externalities. So answer for question number 62 is C. Next one. While if government compete with private sector to borrow money for securing resources for expansionary fiscal policy, this concept is called as crowding out. And therefore, answer for question number 63, all of the above are possible. It is likely that the interest rate will go up because government will start borrowing in massive amounts, because of which private firms will not invest due to high interest rates. It is likely that interest rates will go up and individuals too may not be, keen on borrowing. Neither individuals, not private sector, none of them will be interested to buy at a higher interest rate. It is likely that interest rates will go up and the desired increase in aggregate demand will not be realized, because if interest rates goes up, there will be lesser loans in the market, which will result into lesser aggregate demand. So I believe the answer for question number 63 is option D. Next one, question number 64. Identify the incorrect statement. A progressive tax system ensures economic growth, absolutely correct, with stability because it distributes the burden of taxes unequally. Beta, this statement is an incorrect statement because the burden of taxes is equitable. Rich pays more, poor pays less, but it results into equality. Progressive taxes put the burden equally as per the income status. So your answer for question number 64 is option A. Next, question number 65. Short-term credit from Reserve Bank to State Bank bridge is done by ways and means payment. Your answer for 65 question is C. When is the budget unbalanced? The answer is D. All of the above. Revenue exceeds expenditure, expenditure exceeds revenue. There is a surplus budget or a deficit budget, both. Question number 67. Higher the interest rate, higher would be the opportunity cost and higher would be the demand for money. So answer for question number 67 is option D. See dear students, if interest rate is high, then will you hold money? No. Why? Because your opportunity cost is high. So if interest rate is high, opportunity cost will be high and therefore demand for money will be less. So answer is D. Next question number 68. Fisher's approach and Cambridge approach consider one thing which is common. So what is common between Fisher's and Cambridge approach is that money is a means of transaction and therefore money is demanded for transaction purpose. Answer is C. Next, under minimum reserve system, we issue currencies by keeping a backup by minimum reserve system. So we have to keep a backup of 200 crores in which 115 crores are gold and silver and 85 crores are government securities. So if you read the options carefully, it empowers minimum reserve system, empowers to issue currency to any extent by keeping only a certain minimum reserve of gold and foreign securities. Your answer is option B. Now, if the behavior of public and commercial bank is constant, that means there are three behaviors: public, commercial bank and central bank. In central bank, we have high powered money and we know if high powered money is more, then money supply will be more. Therefore, your answer for question number 70 is option A. The supply of nominal money is varying directly with the high powered money. More the high powered money, more will be the money supply. Relationship is direct. Next, question number 71. Excess reserve ratio and money supply. So excess reserve ratio and money supply have a inverse relationship. Higher the excess reserve ratio, lower is the money supply. Lower the excess reserve ratio, higher is the money supply. Therefore, the relationship is inverse. If banks hold more money with themselves in the form of excess reserve ratio, excess means extra, reserve means keeping it with themselves. So, if bank chooses to keep more reserves with themselves, then the money supply will fall. In the question, reduce excess reserve. So, banks will keep lesser excess reserve ratio, which means they will give more money supply. So, your answer is that the monetary base will increase and therefore the money supply will increase. So, I believe 71. The answer should be C. The money supply increases. Next one, question number 72. The monetary policy framework. So, beta, monetary policy committee in which we have a monetary policy framework. They say that there is a maximum tolerable inflation rate of 6% and we should try to achieve the range of 2 to 6%. So, your answer for question number 72 is option B. Next, The demand for money arises primarily. So what is the primary function of money? Money acts as a medium of exchange. Therefore, your answer is option B. Next, question number 74. The central bank has most direct control over which component of money supply? The central bank has direct control over which component of money supply. So, ideally it should have been M0, but the closest alternative is M1. So, your answer is A. Next one. If the reserve requirement is 10%, the money multiplier, beta, money multiplier is nothing else but 1 upon R, which is nothing else 1 upon 10%. So 1 upon 10 upon 100 will be 100 upon 10, which is equal to 10. So your answer is C. Next, question number 76. Monetary policy is a tool used by the central bank to control inflation and stabilize the economy. Your answer is B. The Federal Reserve in the United States, it's a central bank. European Central Bank, all these are examples of central banks who are responsible for monetary policy. So 77, the answer is D. Which of the following theories advocate countries should produce those goods for which it has greatest relative advantage? So beta, advantage, it is not modern trade theory. It is not the factor endowment theory. It is not the Heckscher-Ohlin theory. The answer is D. None of the above. It has to be either absolute advantage or comparative advantage. Absolute advantage and comparative. Comparative is relative. Next, question number 79. According to theory of comparative advantage, trade is not a zero-sum game. Both countries will benefit so that the net change in wealth or benefits among the participants is positive. Answer is B. Ricardo explained the theory of comparative advantage on the basis of labor theory of value, whereas Haberler was the economist who explained the comparative advantage on the basis of opportunity costs. Yes, dear students. Next, a tariff on imports beneficial to domestic producers of imported goods because it will protect the domestic industry. How? Because if you apply a tariff on import, it will make the imported good expensive. So I think the answer for question number 81 is B. It raises the price for which they can sell their product in the domestic market. B is the correct alternative. Next is 82, a countervailing duty. So it is a counter by one government on another government. A government giving subsidy to its producers. So, and importing that commodity in domestic market, the government of the domestic country will charge a tax. Such a tax is called as countervailing duty. So it is a tariff that aims to offset artificially low prices charged by exporters who enjoy export subsidies and tax concession. This is true. It is charged by importing countries. Importing country will charge it on the exporting country. So this is also true, to make sure that there is fair pricing and market oriented pricing of the imported goods. So if 1 and 2 or 3, answer I believe is all of the above. It is charged by the importing countries to protect the domestic industries and firms from unfair trade, unfair prices advantage arising from subsidies. WTO. Now, beta, WTO is not replaced, has been replaced by GATT? No, GATT has been replaced by WTO. So A is not the option. It has an inbuilt mechanism true to to settle disputes. It was established to ensure free and fair trade internationally. This is also true. So your answer for 83 is option D. Next question number 84. Choose the correct statement. I believe okay, I'll read all the options so that you get clarity. I'll just have a sip of water. Alright. An indirect quote is a number of units of local currency exchangeable for unit of a foreign currency. So 82 rupees to $1. No. So I believe the answer should be C. A direct quote is a unit of local currency. No. So I'll just check with this. Okay, I think C is the correct one. A direct quote is the number of units of local currency exchangeable for 1 unit. So $1 is equal to 82 rupees. This is a direct quote. So I believe 84 the answer is C. A vehicle currency is that currency which is most commonly used for international contracts. So answer is D. A currency that is widely used to denominate international contracts made by parties even when it is not a national currency of either of the parties. So dollar can be used by India and Japan also, though it is not a local currency for us. Next, question number 86. The answer is any of the above. A foreign direct investor can come through automatic route, government route or equity route more than 10%. The answer is D. 87. Under RTA. So regional trade agreement. Under regional trade agreement, what is a custom union? So custom union has a free trade amongst member nation and common external tariff on non-members. So I believe the answer is A. The establishment of common external tariff on imports for non-members. So all the non-members, the custom unions will charge the same tariff rate. Next, question number 88. The Indian industry stagnated under the colonial rule, which is true. They are asking us the reason. Why did Indian industry stagnate? Because Indians were keen on building utter nonsense, total bakwas. Deterioration, no, this is wrong. I think the answer is C. Because we could not compete with the cheap machine-made materials that the Britishers were making. Indians were popular for handicrafts. That was expensive. Whereas machine-made products were cheap. So your answer is C. Next, the first wave of liberalization started in the 1980s. So I think the answer for the question number 89 is option B. In terms of trade of doing business, India ranks 63 in the year 2020. So answer is A. Which of the following is not a policy reform included in 1991? I believe the answer is A, because they have used all industries. Removing of licensing requirement for all? No. It was all except 18 if I am not wrong. So I believe answer is A. We did not remove licensing on all. 92. Which one of the following is a feature of green revolution? HIV, seeds, scientific cultivation. So I believe the answer for 92 should be C. Then under floating exchange rate, government does not interfere. If the demand for foreign currency increases, so demand will increase, supply will remain constant. So what will happen? This is your demand curve, this is your supply curve. This is your exchange rate, say for example 82 rupees a dollar. Demand of foreign currency is increasing. So demand will go to the right. If demand goes to the right, we will get a new equilibrium E1. This will become 83. So if $81, 82 becomes $1.83, means Indian currency has depreciated. So what will be the answer? The exchange value of domestic currency has fallen down. So exchange value of foreign currency rises and depreciates in the domestic value. So beta 93, I believe that the answer should be B. Exchange value of who rises? Foreign currency has risen, but exchange value of our currency has depreciated. Domestic currency depreciates in value. 94. In 17th century, India was prosperous, and I believe the answer should be between 1/3 to 1/4. India dominated the world. Next, 95. Under liquidity preference theory, Keynes assumed that expected return on money is 0%, while expected return on bonds are interest payments that we make and the capital gain. So beta, is the answer for question number 95 A? Yes, the answer is A. Expected rate correct. A is the correct answer. Alright. So let's start with question number 96. Now, in an economy, the tax has been levied as a function of income, government expenditure and transfer payments. The data that is available with respect to consumption, C is equal to, okay, first of all, we need to know that this is a 3-sector model. So, your Y is equal to C plus I plus G. They have given you C, they have given you I, they have given you G. They have given you what is tax ka value and what is transfer payment ka value. Therefore, your Y will be equal to C, consumption 400 plus 0.75 bracket Y. So we have Y is equation 84 plus 0.2Y. But for that Y, okay, so C is equal to Y minus T. So there will be Y. We don't know the value of Y. Tax value we know, that is minus. हाँ मानसी, हाँ वो 200 को 0.5 से करना पड़ेगा ना. हम्म 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 हम्म. नहीं, पर फिर टीआर लिखने का रह गया ना मानसी. तो अगर तू देखेगी तो मेरे को देखो आंसर 4152.50 आया क्या? नहीं तो मेरे को क्या लग रहा है मालूम है कि ये 0.75 वाई माइनस टी प्लस टी आर है. तो अगर 0.75 वाई से अपन ने किया, टी से भी किया, तो टी आर से भी तो करना चाहिए ना. 0.75 को TR से भी तो करना पड़ेगा ना, तो वो नहीं किया मेरे को लगता है, बाकी सब सही किया। हाँ, और अगर बाई चांस मैं ना उठाऊं ना फोन, तो समझ लेना मैंने रिकॉर्डिंग चालू कर दी है और मेरे को आंसर मिल गया है, या व्हाट्सएप पे बात कर लेना। हाँ, चलो। ए वंस मोर भाई। So beta, in question number 96, in an economy, the tax has been levied as a function of income with government expenditure and transfer payment. The following data is available. They have given us C, they have given us I, they have given us G, they have given tax and they have given transfer payments. Now, we know that Y is equal to C plus I plus G. So, we will write down that Y is equal to C. What is C? 400 plus 0.75 in bracket. We have Y minus we have tax equation, that is minus 84 minus 0.2Y plus 200 is your transfer payment. So I have written this as tax equation, this for transfer payment. 84 plus 0.2Y. Now we will add investment value, which is 750, and we will also add government expenditure, which is 380. Now we will solve the bracket. So Y is equal to 400 plus 0.75Y minus 0.75 into 84 is 63. Then minus 0.75 into 0.2Y will become 0.15Y and plus 0.75 into 200 is 150. So plus 150 plus 750 plus 380. Therefore, Y is equal to, we will bring all the Y together, 0.75Y minus 0.15Y plus, let's add all the numbers, 400 minus 63 plus 150 plus 750 plus 380. So this will be 1617. Therefore, Y is equal to 0.6Y plus 1617. Therefore, Y minus 0.6Y is equal to 1617. Therefore, Y is equal to 1617 upon 0.4. Yes or no? If you want me to elaborate this, I can write this as 0.4Y is equal to 1617. Y is equal to 1617 upon 0.4 divided by 0.4, which is equal to 4042.5, which is our option B. And this is our final answer. Please make sure that you have understood this, and if you want, you can just make a note of this as well. Write it down. I hope you all are clear. I hope you all have understood. Chalo, let's move to the next question, which is question number 97. In three sector model, there is no foreign trade. Correct. Which of the following statement is correct in this regard? So, if there is no foreign trade, what will happen? There will be no imports and exports. So, our GDP will be equal to our national income. Answer is A. Next, question number 98. In the definition of money supply, the word public means all local authorities, non-banking financial institution, foreign central banks. All these are a part of the definition of public. So your answer is D. Then question number 99. Dash is defined as an instrument for lending funds by purchasing securities. So by purchase of securities, when okay, with an agreement to resell the securities on a mutually agreed future date at an agreed price, which includes interest for funds lent. So over here, we are purchasing securities. So purchase of securities will be reverse repo rate. Dash is defined as instrument for lending funds by purchasing securities. Correct. So I believe that answer for question number 99 should be reverse repo rate. And finally, question number 100. Which of the following formula can be used to find the value of multiplier K? So K is equal to delta Y upon delta I, correct. K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC, correct. K is equal to 1 upon MPS is also correct. So any of the above statement can be considered as correct. And that's it from me, dear students. I hope you all have understood all the MCQs that we have solved in today's class. Thank you so much. So that's it from me today. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell icon. That's my time. Bye-bye.